onset of fall weather, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley. And we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Seattle Seahawks. A couple of 2-1 teams set to square off, and we're underway here in NFL Week 4. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The play fake. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 30 on second down, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Javon Kinlaw gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, they'll run the screen with Carson. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Wilson. And that is incomplete.
That's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll run for the first time with Raheem Mostert. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
56, Mike, 56.
On 2nd and 9, Lance. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
maxed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
A carry there for Mostert as he's able to work his way forward for a pretty good pickup on first down. Officially a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage. And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And defensively going with a dime set, 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Now Lance. Oh, he'll look downfield for Kittle. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked out by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
Sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver, but he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front, so if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him, picks up 3 on that carry.
They go back to Carson here on 2nd. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And some room to roam now. Tyler Lockett, 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, like so many wide receivers, he is a threat with the ball in his hands, and he's able to do his damage here after the catch. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 7. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa.
Touchdown 49ers! Deebo Samuel, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On 2nd and inches, Wilson. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. On first down, Wilson. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
I like that one, partner. They go back-to-back with excellent gains. And really, it shouldn't be a surprise who they were throwing the ball to. He's their best guy.
Yeah, we knew that they would get him involved early. They're doubling down on getting him involved early.
Don't be surprised if they'll come right back to him again. They haven't shown the propensity to be able to stop him.
And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now a toss play. It's Carson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. They go play action now. Wilson. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And Myers able to knock it through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there. How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice gain.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
He was taken down by Bobby Wagner.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
And Lance's throw complete here to Ayuk. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. 54.
Here's Lance to throw it. Throw to the right. He's got the tight end here, Sternberger. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
At the 24-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, and defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Well, the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Now Mostert shoves him aside near the 35. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
56, Mike, 56, right there,
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Room here to run. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 66 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Mostert. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Raheem Mostert, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
Second and goal from the 1.
Go. 54 is mine. 54 is mine. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And this one is right through. And they double them up here. That makes our score 20-10. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, 1 play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example.
Second and 10 in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. They go play action with Wilson. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And to give this time to the tailback. Open space inside the 10. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
Well, think of it like you would a typical boxing match. The person is on his heels and absorbing blows is having a tough time. And that's what's happening to the defense right now because the offense is on his toes and punching. And there was another 1st down run right there.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Wilson will hand to Carson on the option. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is down to a field goal.
Out
out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Lance. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
56, the mark, boys. 56. Check 56.
Lance, a handoff here to Mostert. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. And what are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. From the gun, it's Wilson. He hits his target, Lockett. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here's 2nd and 10. They run it with Carson. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Niners take over in terrific field position.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Lockett the return. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Play action. Now Wilson. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Now Wilson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all of that yardage. That would be a big play.
On 3rd down. It's Carson. Bulldozes past him. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Throwing now is Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Wilson to throw. And a little floater there is incomplete.
Now the question is obvious. Do you try to kick the field goal right here knowing that you need 2 scores? I would be thinking about it if I were on that sideline. Get the field goal now, try and get the touchdown later.
So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. This to get it back to a 1-score game. And he missed it. It's no good. And the score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And he stopped immediately there. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And some space here. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Seahawks' 25-yard line. 120 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football.